golden butterfly. I wonder what's going to happen. It's not that this is the third time we've seen this cutscene. That's the problem. Like, you can't tell in cutscene audio because it's pre-rendered. So, of course, this sounds fine. She gets whacked in the face. Alright, come on.
Galloway.
Alright, I think it's working now.
Got it, Skipper. Yeah, I'll bring him. He's my partner, after all.
What have we got?
New case. White female dumped in plain sight in the grass at the end of Hill Street. Hacks are all over it. Captain's trying to fend him off.
That sounds awfully similar.
The first rule of police work is make no assumptions until you've seen the evidence.
I will do
Skipper
all
wants
the
to put
assumptions.
Newspaper face on, college boy. I think I know the place where they found the.
Alright, we gotta change our outfits too. Chicago Lightning's pretty cool. Gold boy. Let's go Chicago Lightning.
It overlooks Sunset Boulevard. Let's go.
Guy gave his wife a tap. I'd say all's fair in love and war.
Alright, Rusty, well, if you know where we're going, then you can drive.
Moving up to a 45. I want to stop him with one round.
Do I need to find someone to look after me?
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
You did a decent job on the Henry case, Phelps. Not bad for your first time at bat.
Thanks, Rusty.
Don't go getting ahead of yourself. That's one clearance under your belt. Now it's a new day with a new dead lady that needs our attention.
And no assumptions until we see the evidence, right?
Right. See, I knew you were a fast learner, Phelps. You might get along after all.
Maybe we will, Rusty. Maybe we will.
Now, boys, you know as much as I do. I'll be holding a press conference once the autopsy has been completed. I have two of my finest investigators on the case, fresh from bringing down the sword of justice on the crazed sex fiend
Captain,
Alonzo
aren't there
Mendes.
similarities between this murder and the murder of Celine Henry? And of Elizabeth Short, for that
So you don't
matter?
believe there's a crazed sex killer at large preying on women?
Boys, be sensible. We have the greatest police force in all the world with the greatest scientific investigators at our disposal. How can any killer continue to beat that? Be advised. We keep the gas chamber at San Quentin primed for the sons of Cain who continue to believe they can take a life in the City of Angels.
Yeah, right. Any new leads in the Dahlia case?
Run along, boys, and let these officers get to work. We have God's work to do here, and it can't be delayed.
What do we have, Captain?
Another woman sacrificed. Speak to Carruthers. I want daily reports, gentlemen.
Officer, please tell me what's going on.
Clear this area immediately.
Detective, I was first on scene.
Hang on,
You're a modest little.
This is a crime scene. All of you move along.
get out of here.
Show's over. Keep moving, all of you.
That's the cop in the newspapers.
Ignore the reporters.
ideas?
Just get the juice from the reporting officer in the coroner.
You find her, Gonzalez?
Not me. A family out for a stroll. I was first reporting.
Can you show me the body?
It's under the pepper tree, this way.
Let's see the paper tree for a second. Let me get my eyes checked.
Can't be much help to you, Phelps.
Here she is.
Another one.
The stomping angle in the Henry case. Was it reported in the press?
Sure was. Every detail a copycat would want was there in the story.
It's like she was
The ligature mark is
rope.
distinctive. I'll do some comparisons back at the lab and get back to you.
Looks like she was tied up.
It does at first, but that would leave a mark on her other wrist, too. I think her watch might have been torn off.
Ring.
What's this mark? Cut on a finger.
Fourth finger, left hand, a wedding or engagement ring, violently removed. Similar MO.
To what? The Dahlia? I don't think so.
Celine Henry.
That's a closed case. This is probably another sad sack who lost his temper with a broad who wouldn't put out.
Are you a suspect, Rusty?
Watch your mouth, Phelps. All I'm saying is we got enough to do without reopening closed cases.
Talk me through it, Mal.
Severely battered, on display. Footprints would indicate that she has been stomped. Size of the footprints would seem to indicate a smallish men's shoe. What size shoe did Mendez wear?
You finished?
No, I'm not. At a glance, I would say strangulation was the cause of death. I'll need to do further tests for semen.
Angry boyfriend. If they were married, they'd be at home, not humping out here in Lover's Lane.
I mean, he's got a point. Definitely more clues here because the music's still playing.
Well, we have a name. Can you run Deirdre Muller by RNI?
Back in a second.
Give me that money.
If the motive was robbery, why not take the money?
Detectives, RNI says a Deirdre Mahler of 130 North Bonnie Bray was reported missing this morning by her husband, Hugo Mahler.
What'd I tell you? Let's grab the husband, take him downtown, and work him over. We could have this wrapped up by lunchtime.
Sounds
What
good to
about
me.
not making assumptions and going on the evidence?
One more sweep and I'm headed back to the lab. You've got all you need here, Phelps.
Y'all seem to be standing around. Shouldn't you?
This is a secure area.
Just
You all need to
awful.
leave.
Why can't we get any closer?
It's him. The cut from the newspapers.
Need to leave. All right. Damn it. I was trying to take off before Rusty got in the car.
Can you drive to this one?
There still might be some play in the boyfriend angle.
I thought we were on our way to lock up the husband.
If he doesn't work out, that is.
Deirdre Muller has suffered enough. More than enough. You shouldn't make disparaging comments about her without even the slightest inkling of what she was like.
She was a woman, wasn't she? You know, around about my third divorce, I realized women might not be the pure angels we imagine. You're married, ain't you, Phelps?
Don't make any insinuations about my wife.
Hey, she's a woman.
She's the mother of my children.
You're a father, Cole? But don't tell me your eye don't bend.
This conversation is over.
Phelps, you're like so friggin' robotic. This conversation is over. We do not talk about my children. Or we do not talk about my wife.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Is your father home?
He'll be home soon. He's been out looking for Mommy.
What's your name, miss?
Michelle Eloise Mahler?
Can we come in?
I suppose so.
You have a warrant?
Thank you. Could you have a seat for me, Michelle?
You can tell this is the 1940s because nobody's just gonna let two random strangers in suits
We're gonna have a look around.
claiming to be the LAPD into their house nowadays.
He'll be back any moment. Just sit tight.
You don't mind me, I'm just gonna go through all your shit.
Maybe if... No.
My partner will explain everything when he gets back, okay? There's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, like go through their fridge. What the hell? Man, there's so much junk that doesn't matter.
Junk.
I can't read the kid's diary.
Work boots. Size 8s. Elgin wristwatch. Probably the same one snatched from her body. No sign of a wedding ring.
All right, well, that's everything. Now this is the girl I think I was talking about in the case earlier. That I'm pretty sure if we're meeting this girl, it ends up being like, all right, it's messed up funny, but it's still kind of funny. You have a warped sense of humor.
Is this about Mommy? Daddy is trying to find her. Please tell me she's okay.
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Michelle, but your mother is dead. Do you think you could answer a few questions for us?
Could try.
Like, how messed up is that to begin with? That you walk into this house, you find this kid all alone, you're like, hey, we need to go through your shit. And then after going through everything, you're like, she's like, do you know where my mom is? Yeah, she's dead.
Some of your mother's jewelry was missing. Can you describe her things?
A ring, a watch. I never paid much attention to that stuff.
Why don't you tell the truth, Michelle? Something really bugs you about your mother's jewelry.
You really are horrible, you know that?
I know.
What makes you think that?
I know, I'm just being a
Sorry.
dick.
My mistake. I know it's painful, Michelle, but this may be important. She wore a wedding ring?
Mommy chose it herself. A rose gold wedding band and a matching diamond and ruby engagement ring.
She wore a watch?
Yes, a yellow gold Elgin watch. Daddy bought it for her birthday. We had a fight. It was kind of a makeup present.
When did you last see your mother?
Yesterday afternoon. I went to a dance at Belmont High. Mommy was supposed to pick me up, but she didn't show.
So what did you do then?
I was upset. Daddy came instead.
You're not being completely forthcoming.
You're feeling guilty about this, Michelle. What were you up to that you missed your mother?
You're crazy. I was waiting out front exactly where she asked me to be. Ask my teacher if it isn't so.
Looks like I was mistaken. So you were hanging around the school for quite a while. What happened with your father?
I don't know. I called and finally he answered. He came straight away then.
Alright.
Your mom and dad are happily married?
What are you saying? Of course they are.
I mean, didn't you already say they got in a fight?
I think your father was violent with your mother. I think they weren't very happy, and you should tell me, young lady.
You may be the police, but you have no right to talk about my mom and dad like that.
You're off the hook. For now.
For now.
They weren't happy, were they, Michelle? Did your father ever hit your mother?
Just the once. She said she would leave him if he ever did it again. He bought her a brooch pin to make up for it. Mommy always wore her golden butterfly.
Aha, we have a title.
Thanks, Miss Muller. You've been very brave.
Hey! What gives?
Daddy, the police
Go to your
are
room,
here.
please, Michelle. I'll talk to the police.
Daddy, Mommy is gone.
Go to your room, young lady. She's not even out of school. You can't come in here interrogating her like she's
Your
some
wife
kind
was
of...
found murdered this morning.
Found? What? But she only...
We have some questions that we would like to ask you.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I'll do my best.
He's already like, oh, God.
What size shoe do you wear, Mr. Muller?
Why do you ask?
It's routine, sir. Simple process of elimination.
9s, I think.
Alright, well, you're clearly fucking lying because your shoe's a size 8 in the bedroom.
Mr. Muller.
Why would I lie to you at a time like this?
Because you're hiding something, sir.
That's funny. The work boots we found here are size 8s. Why lie about it if you've got nothing to hide?
Because I always get teased about the size of my feet. You know, small feet, small...
Always been true in my experience.
You phoned in a missing persons report this morning?
Yeah, that's right. My wife didn't come home last night. She left around 9:30. Michelle was out at dance. She called me to let me know that Deidre didn't turn up.
So he's definitely lying. But I don't think we really have anything to go by. Yeah, it could be the alibi, but I think this is going to be more of a doubt because that's...
Did your wife ever go out by herself? To bars, nightclubs?
No. What are you suggesting? You suggesting my wife's loose?
Yes.
Now is not the time for you to be pushing me, mister.
Your daughter said you were having an argument.
We argued about who would pick up Michelle. I worked a full day. I wanted to come home, put my feet up.
So you were here all night? You stayed in while your wife went out to pick up your daughter?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so that's also a lie.
You should come clean if you're having an affair, or if there's something going on.
I told you I was here. Were you saying I wasn't?
Your daughter said she called multiple times.
So why did you take so long to answer the phone when your daughter called?
Okay, I went out for a while. I was driving around. It's my way of relaxing.
Your wife was beaten and then strangled. In your case, you have no alibi and a history of violence towards your wife.
That's not true, God damn it.
It is true, Hugo.
It is true, Hugo.
Oh, God.
You're a violent man.
I didn't even know that was a line.
I try to keep a lid on it at home, but sometimes you lost control. Your daughter and your wife were scared of you.
You don't know anything about me.
I know about the butterfly.
I know about the golden butterfly, Hugo, and how you bought your wife off the last time you heard her.
She liked to spend money, all right? Dresses, jewelry, her hair. It drove me goddamn crazy.
So why'd you kill her?
Do I look like a Rockefeller?
Nobody likes a cheapskate, Hugo.
Getting hostile with us is a very bad idea, Hugo.
I'm no murderer.
Make some arrangements for your daughter, and then present yourself to Central Station for questioning.
You gotta be kidding me, Phelps. Put the cuffs on him.
This is an outrage. I didn't kill my wife.
Your daughter is in the next room, Muller, so I'm giving you a break. Don't make me change my mind, and don't make me come looking for you.
should go back in there and bust his ass.
1, we need to break his alibi, check phone records, canvass the neighbors. 2, we have motive of domestic violence, which probably goes for half the men in L.A. 3, we have no evidence tying him to the crime scene.
Hello? Detective!
Yes, ma'am. What do you want, nosy neighbor?
I heard the terrible news over the radio.
And you can help us with our inquiries?
Yes, sir. They had a row last night. I heard Mrs. Muller screaming.
Did you see Mrs. Muller come home late last night at all?
No, not at all. I did see Mr. Muller put something in the incinerator earlier this morning, though.
I told you he was our guy. Now let's get this bum downtown and into a cell.
Look, there he is now.
Hugo, what the fuck are you doing?
Step away from the
Hugo,
incinerator.
Hugo, Hugo!
Don't let him get away.
Okay, but no shooting. We need this guy to make the case.
God damn it, Hugo, get back here. Blood-soaked size 8
Doesn't
boots.
look good, Hugo.
I can explain the blood.
Get him booked in at Central, officer. Then put him in an interview room. We'll be speaking with him later. And inform the cap.
Yes, sir, Detective.
Is there someone you can call, miss?
I don't want home and
You need somewhere to stay, Michelle. You have other family? Grandparents? Aunts or uncles?
call Aunt Helen, but she lives in Bakersfield and...
Call her. We're gonna get someone down here from Juvenile Hall to talk to you in the meantime.
We ought to get some uniforms down here, clean up, take care of the kid.
Kid, what are you doing? Make the phone call. Stop crying.
I can't talk. There are things I need to do if I have to go away for a while.
Alright, whatever. Alright, let's get back to... That's not our car.
Galloway, Homicide Division, badge number 564.
Go ahead, Detective Unit.
Can we get Ray Pinker and a technical services team to a house at 130 North Bonnie Bray Street? And send someone down from Juvenile Hall to look after a young lady.
Roger, 11K. Inform Detective Phelps that the coroner has a report waiting at the police morgue downtown when he's available.
Got it, KGPL.
That's the cop from the newspapers.
I was like, I know I gotta make a call, but things just ran on this here.
1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Hill won't buy me
I need an address on a Belmont High School.
someone who will.
Checking for you, Detective. Belmont High, 1575 West 2nd Street.
Thank you.
Alright. You go to high school or the morgue? Go ahead and go to the high school first. Fine.
Hey, there's such a
You
thing
can
as
drive.
soap, you know.
Did that guy just say I
surprised you
stink?
know. I didn't make the husband for it.
Always make the husband, Phelps. 9 times out of 10, it's the closest person to the Vic who does the deed. God knows I've wanted to kill some wives in my day.
Lex parsimonii.
What?
The law of parsimony. Occam's razor. The simplest explanation is most likely the correct one.
You know, you could have said that without getting all liturgical on me.
I'll try to dumb things down from now on.
Appreciate it. And try this one on for size. Rusty's razor.
How's that go?
You blame the guy that's banging her.
Ah, of course. The famous Lex ignoramus.
Closes cases, Cole. Puts a lot of people away, that one.
Always blame the person banging them, because they're the ones most likely to kill them. Good motto to live by, Rusty.
But Saturday's the spring unveiling, Emmy. It's the first season since fabric rationing's over. We have to go.
I told you I can't Saturday. I'm busy.
Busy where? You're going on another drive with Davy Gardner, aren't you?
Oh, that Davy Gardner.
So what if I am?
Go, Phelps. I'll take the car and see if I can cut him off.
Who are you? Why are we chasing you? Can I run track? Yeah.
Slow down. There he is. See him?
Come on, Rusty. Cut him off if I can't get him. I'll tackle him. There we go.
Car 11K, car 11 King, come in.
11K, go ahead.
11K, see the janitor. A green 1946 coupe registered to a Mrs. Hugo Moeller has been found in the parking lot adjoining the Belmont High School and playing fields. 11K, code 2.
What's your name?
Who's asking?
We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Name's Eli Rooney.
You've been in trouble with the law before, Eli?
Some.
What are you doing around here?
I like to keep an eye on the children.
Strictly paternal, is it, Eli?
Don't sass me, boy.
A woman was abducted here last night, Eli, and murdered.
And I would love to make you for that, you oaky motherfucker.
Well, I wouldn't know nothing about that. A woman, you say? I like 'em a little younger than that.
Turn out
Jesus.
your pockets, Eli.
Now, why would I do that?
Because I'm about to break your fucking skull, Eli.
You're under arrest, Eli. You're in very deep trouble. Get some backup down here, Rusty.
Butterfly.
Downtown and into a cell.
I'll tell them we got a kitty raper coming in. They can roll out the red carpet.
What time did you see the person park the car?
Late last night, after school social, maybe 1 a.m. I've been keeping a good eye out lately. We've had problems with the child molester.
Eli Rooney. We've met him.
Filthy son of a bitch. He was here yesterday before the dance.
Was it him you saw park the car?
I don't know, sir. I'd like to say yes, but the truth is it was pretty dark.
Would you say Rooney is violent?
Yes, sir, I would say so, yes.
Thanks for your help.
So that actually changes depending on when you come over here. If you go to the morgue first and then here, you actually talk to the janitor, which then leads to the chase of Rooney. So kind of a cool little detail that changes depending on how you play this.
Blood and skin samples. We better get Ray Pinker out here.
It's from a Chrysler. Could be important.
The overalls are stenciled HM. Muller is a mechanic. I wonder what Eli does for a living.
I have to call Central, but where the hell is the phone, first off? Oh, I can see it way out there. Right next to our car.
When is America going to understand? It's not about getting, it's about giving.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need interrogation set up at Central for both suspects being held in the Muller homicide case.
Certainly, Detective. I'll get in touch with the watch commander.
Thanks for your help.
You're behind the wheel.
I say we make Rooney for this. I think we should lay it on him. He was near the car, he had her jewelry, the DA will love him for it.
Even if he didn't do it?
Who cares whether he did it? You have kids, Phelps? He needs to be taken permanently out of harm's way.
And we let Mueller slide?
For a while. He gets a free pass for now.
Essentially, let's let a guy get away with murder because we want to put away the child molester, which kind of a shady way to do it, but I think you could get them both for what they're doing. I don't know.
Phelps, Rusty, thanks for coming.
Can you blood type the shoes that we bagged and see if they're a match?
Sure. It'll all be in the report, but I'm assuming you want the details now?
Please. Cause of death is strangulation?
Correct. Take a look at the samples on the bench.
What are the normal uses for that kind of rope?
On boats, mooring lines.
Correct. Although Ray says that they're sometimes used as
It's
bell
true.
ropes in churches.
I should be able to get both, but I'm pretty certain
So are we looking for a sailor or a minister?
they're just going to be like, just pick one or the other.
Sailors seem to have the greater libido.
Was Mrs. Mueller criminally attacked?
No external or internal traces of semen.
Thanks, Mal. Anything else comes up, you let us know.
All right, time to go interview these two weirdos. I want to say that they're like right across the street. Maybe? No, maybe not.
You've got to be kidding. We're driving this?
No, Rusty. You're driving this.
You know the way. You can drive.
You've got to be kidding. We're driving this? Not exactly the happiest of places, the coroner's office.
Carruthers is a good man, professional, diligent. If you're working with a pro, it's easy to overlook the grim realities of a place like that.
Funny job, that, the coroner's.
How so?
You know, you don't want them enjoying their work too much. The wrong kind of man can get awfully lonely rattling around a joint full of corpses.
Rusty, that's like something out of the pulps.
You've been reading the same ones as me?
I thought you were usually too drunk to get through a magazine.
You know, if I close one eye and squint, you can just about make out the print. You better not go soft on me in here, Phil.
Are they ready?
Moeller's in 2 and the pervert's in 1. Get in there and get a conviction.
Okay, then. Let's go start with Hugo.
He was in the bathroom.
Here's where we stand, Hugo. Your next-door neighbor heard screaming coming from your house. You were burning your blood-stained shoes. You have no one who can confirm your whereabouts last night. Your daughter says you're a violent man. We have everything we need to send you to death row, and all you have to say for yourself is, I didn't do it.
I swear I didn't kill her. Give me that lie test. I can prove it.
It's the 40s. I'm pretty sure... Excuse me. It's the 40s. I'm pretty sure a lie detector is, like, completely useless at this point in
Why
time.
did you burn your shoes, Hugo?
Because I knew you'd never believe me.
Believe what?
It's rabbit's blood. A guy at work brought him in and I helped him skin them.
Do you know anything about ropes, Hugo?
As much as the next man. I was a scout. I learned some more in the Army.
You learned to strangle with the rope in the Army?
With rope, with my bare hands, but mainly with wire. I learned a lot of things in the Army, but I still didn't kill my wife.
For argument's sake, what type of rope would you use?
If I had to, I would use a triple braid. Less flex, easier to control.
Your wife was beaten with a tire iron, Hugo. An appropriate choice of tool for a mechanic.
I know nothing about any tire iron.
Sure about that?
You're lying, Hugo. You're gonna have to come clean on this.
You got no proof.
I mean, we did find the fucking tire iron in her car.
Your wife drove a Chevrolet, Hugo. What make of car do you drive?
A Chrysler Airflow.
So I guess that explains why the tire iron that killed your wife came from a Chrysler. We found your wife's car. Someone parked it at the school late last night. Do you have anything to say about that?
It wasn't me.
Where do you keep your work clothes?
I keep them at work in my locker.
Literally, those were in your wife's trunk, too. What?
Enough lies, Hugo. Your overalls put you at the scene of the crime last night.
My overalls are in the laundry of my house.
Green overalls, blood-stained, with the initials HM found in the trunk of your wife's car.
They can't be mine.
Why, Hugo? Because if they were yours, they'd be in the incinerator too?
I'm not going to charge you yet. I need to go talk
I was
to
door knocking all morning, but I
the
got
creepy guy.
the car in the end.
Captain, we were on our way to interview Eli Rooney.
Yes, Phelps, I know. This particular fiend is an old acquaintance. I have tried to reaffirm his belief in a wrathful and terrible God. Whichever way it goes, I'll be dealing personally with him.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to stop him with one round.
Is anybody making coffee soon? See, they're not yet.
I didn't want to arrest the kid, so I gave him a dusting he won't forget.
All right.
You look like you've had it rough.
You see me asking for your sympathy, boy?
You down on your luck, Eli?
I had worse. My family ate roadkill during the Dust Bowl.
But you have a job. A parolee has to have a job, correct?
I had me a job down in San Pedro. I'm looking for something new.
Anyone seen where Miss Wells went?
This place you worked have a name?
Hennessy Marine. You can't miss the place. Big yellow letters, HM out front.
They give you any workwear, Eli?
Sure. Green coverall. Dang thing was hot. Felt like I was back in the pen wearing it.
You ever tie up any of your victims, Eli?
It's not a nice thing to go calling them.
What would you call them?
I can't say. I learned a long time ago not to go talking about the things I like. Talking about it just seems to get people's dander up.
Answer the goddamn question, Rooney, before I brain you.
See what I mean? Short answer is yes.
You have any preference regarding rope, Eli?
I know a good rope from a bad rope, if that's what you mean. That's not what you mean, is it?
Dude, why are you so creepy?
Any old rope will do me fine.
What the hell is the LAPD up to these days?
Farm boy like you, Eli, must prefer McGay for roping. Am I right?
I prefer braid. You tie a hitch and braid, it stays tied.
You killed Mrs. Muller and stole her jewelry.
That ain't so. I ain't done nothing like that.
You have no job and nowhere to live by the smell of things, and you need money. You've been in trouble before, Eli. Who do you think a jury will believe?
I've been in trouble for other things, but I ain't never killed no one. I saw that car coming to the parking lot late last night. Man got changed there and put his coveralls in the trunk. I saw him drop the butterfly in the lamplight, and he strolled out, cool as you like. And I went over and I picked it up.
Eli Rooney, I'm charging you with the first-degree murder of Deirdre Muller.
You want to put me back in the stir that badly, boy? You go ahead and try. I'll beat that rap. I ain't a killer.
So we're going to talk about this case when we get to the review screen.
Phelps, Galloway, congratulations are at hand. Drink, boys? I think you'll receive a commendation for this one, gentlemen. In the meantime, I'll speak to the DA about expediting the passage of the case. We need swift and merciless justice for poor Deirdre.
Well, we sort of did it. So, 11 out of 12. Oh, I missed a clue somewhere. All the questions were correct. Shit, I didn't get a newspaper in that. Was there a newspaper in that thing? I can remember. I don't think there was. But anyway, yeah, this one's one of the interesting ones where you can have multiple outcomes because you can either, for the best ending, you end up putting Eli away, which is what we did. You get the 5 stars. If you charge Hugo, I think the best you can get is 3 stars because Captain Donnelly gets mad at you for not putting away the other guy, even though the majority of the evidence points towards Hugo being the one that did it. So this is really the first case that kind of shows some of the shadiness with the inner workings of the LAPD, and that they're trying to get you to convict the guy who didn't do it just because they haven't been able to convict him on the stuff he's actually doing. Alternatively, if you screw up a bunch of the questions, I believe Hugo ends up eventually making a run for it. You have to end up in a car chase with him. You end up putting him away anyway, which gets you like a 1-star rating, I think. But yeah, Eli Rooney can expect a warm welcome from Captain Donnelly and the DA. So that's technically the best ending, even though arguably none of the endings are all that good. Because either A, you're letting a guy go off that most likely committed the murder in favor of a guy who should be in jail anyway. B, you're putting away the husband who probably did the murder, but you're letting a guy go that is dangerous around children. Or C, you just screw up everything. So I guess we did the best thing.